was killed one day before because he tried to go back to his farm. The Fulani ambushed him, they cut him. I saw his head cut in half. This is what people are facing. And so we need the government, we need organizations to step up to the plate to help the Nigerian people. Please, we're begging.
Now that you've put your money here, what's your demand on it?
Number one, the government needs to ensure security of the places that we're rebuilding. The destruction has been done, the people have been killed. We cannot change that now. But we have come to Yawata, we've rebuilt the homes, we have plans to rebuild the market if the government will not disallow us to do so. But the government has to protect its people. This cannot happen again. 300 people cannot be killed in their own village. They cannot burn 100 homes in market just for the sake of their pleasure. You guys have to protect your own people. There's no other way. There's no other way. Hey, Bam Sokoto, we all know that.
A very beautiful morning to you out there. Good morning and welcome to Straight Talk live on Echo FM 100.7. How on a day? All right, yesterday we don't miss it and I don't miss me. So I see the beat and I say the beat. All right, apologies. Yesterday we had some issues we needed to take care of in the office, so we couldn't bring you Straight Talk yesterday. But we are here live and direct. Welcome everybody for this beautiful 10th day in February. Well, it's countdown to the D-Day. Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend? Hey. 4 days to go in Valentine. 4 days to the biggest birthday on radio. Right, today you had the voice of the American missionary earlier on the show. Wow, that is so very heartbreaking to even listen to. I was like, really this happened? Well, American missionary has tried to rebuild a key community infrastructure, particularly the local market, were halted after he was informed by officials that the state government had its own plans for the project. He said he was directed to wait for official building plans, which were promised within days but never provided, even after several weeks of follow-up. So the missionary claims that he further alleged instead of allowing him to build a market that he claimed he can build for between 50 to 60 million, the Benue state government sent him a 300 million naira plan. Now, that thing, it sounds like a film trick, but it's real. Yeah, when I saw that story, I thought it was AI. I never wanted to believe it, that it's coming from Benue State of all places, where we have a Reverend Father as the governor of the state. And the disappointment is so bad. But what I'm interested in that story is, when I don't see how governments, they try to cash out from the plight of the people. Subsidy is gone. Subsidy was removed to make life easier for the people, buy things a lot cheaper. The naira floated for people to get these things. So when government removes subsidy, the people becomes the subsidy of the government. That is what is going on now. So Nigerian people are now subsidies for the government because they keep taxing the people. Now, in Yelwada, Benue State, remember the Yelwada massacre by the Fulani bandits? And of course, these people were displaced. Some of them are building and living in grass houses, as they said it. And they said they are going to build about how many, 1,000 houses, was it 1,100 houses for 1 billion. Then he said he's going to build 3,000 houses for 1 billion. Now, this is where I begin to ask myself, what exactly do these people in government take Nigerians for? How can Benue State government do this? On the other hand, a missionary came to help you rebuild the market, to help the people. The government said, no, don't rebuild it. Where have you seen that a government will say, no, we have plans to build? Wait, they don't send 300 million. And this man is going to use his own money, not like he's going to use government money. They are missionary, they will use their money to build a market. That is humanitarian aid coming from foreign people, only for Benue State government to reject it. This market has been there since the government has done nothing. These people came to help build the market, and that is when the Benue State government said, no, don't build it. Now, you failed to protect the people of Benue State in Yelwada, and now you are failing to give them succor at the end of the day. And as bad as it is, you want to still use them to milk out money for Benue State government. Oh, me tabo. I can't believe that is a place in Nigeria. Sometimes you just want to cry. I can't believe that's the place I come from. I can't even believe that I have a governor who calls himself a reverend father, for God's sake. We've had a reverend father in Benue State, Reverend Father Moses Adasu. God bless his soul. But now we have Reverend Father Alia, for God's sake. What is going on in Benue State? What exactly is going on in Benue State? How on earth can you do this? Yelwada has, in fact, Yelwada was the reason why Benue State government packed little children in the pouring rain to welcome a president who couldn't even visit the place. After the president came and left, not a single soul had been arrested, not a single soul had been prosecuted for Yelwada killing, and now somebody wants to help the people of Yelwada. You refuse them. So is this a collaboration between the bandits and the Benue State government to make the people of Yelwada suffer in Benue State? Now that's the question. I am so angry this morning over that matter. But that is exactly the situation we found ourselves in Nigeria. A humanitarian commissioner came and said, no, don't build. The Benue State government has its own plans. Plans you have refused to do since last year when Yelwada happened. Till today, the people are living now in IDP camps. You cannot rebuild their home. You can't even give them stipends to work. Their livelihood have been destroyed. They want to build a market so that they can start trading again. You said, no, don't build it. Oh, me tabo. All why? If this man can build a market between 50 and 60,000, let's take 60,000, and you bring 300 million, then it means 240 million naira is supposed to be gotten from that project from the people. See how people are benefiting from insecurity. How can insecurity go? How can it vanish? This is the question everybody keep asking. How on earth can we tackle insecurity when people are benefiting from insecurity? That is what we're going to be talking about today on the show. Now, to make matters worse, in Zamfara State, the Zamfara State government is saying, since bandits are still killing and killing people, he's going to build an ultra-modern cemetery where people will be burying their dead bodies. He's going to put floodlight and all that. Guess what? 1 billion naira has been budgeted to build cemetery. But you cannot use that 1 billion to protect the people from bandits' attack. But you want to use it to build cemetery where they'll go and bury themselves. We Nigerians, the ordinary man has become subsidy to people in government, you make them dry. Furthermore, see how people are taking advantage of insecurity. The northern state government, all the governors said they should suspend mining activities in the north to help reduce this banditry and terrorism and all that, because most of these things happening is because of mineral resources. It's a business. People come in, they mine, they take gold, uranium, they take all that, even californium, which is the most expensive element now in the market. 1 ounce is $27 million as at the last time I checked. 1 ounce of it. Now, people are drilling and taking this thing away. The northern governor said, no, let us hold for 6 months. Guess what the government said? No way, we cannot do that. If we do that, it's going to have economic consequences. There are companies that depend on lithium. There are companies that depend on uranium and all that if you do that. So now, people are dying, but what the government is thinking is keeping the economy that is already dead alive. Why? Because if those companies don't work, money won't come. Rather, for the money to come, the people got to die. That is the whole issue concerning insecurity. Protect the people, no way. Provide succor, no way. This is the situation we have found ourselves this morning. I hate to lament, but this is so annoying, to say the least. This is what we will be taking a look at today. Well, welcome aboard to the People's Program. It's always a pleasure to be with you. And again, if you want to be part of this program, all you just do, listen a little bit, pick up your phone, call, and deposit what you got to say. Let me just give you some few headlines on the newspaper review, and then we will come back for that conversation. Suspected gunmen abduct 9 worshippers from Catholic night vigil in Benue State. Again, yet again, Benue State. Benue State. The Benue State Police Command has confirmed the abduction of 9 worshippers during a night vigil at St. John's Catholic Church in Ojije community in Otonkon, Ado local government area of Benue State. This is so bad. Benue State, it be like say nobody remain for Benue State now. Court remands Imam, 4 others over Oshogbo mocks death. And Naira appreciates significantly against US dollar. You want to check, these are all stories on the Daily Post newspaper. Fuel price may drop or to drop nationwide as imported petrol price undercuts Dangote refineries rate. All of a sudden, imported fuel is not cheaper than our locally produced one. Before, the prices were high because they were importing Naira dollar down rate. Now, all of a sudden, Dangote's price is now higher than the same one. Dollar don't increase, they don't come. You see how these people just keep playing and toying with Nigerians? Just keep messing up around because they don't want to buy from Dangote. They must import and make their money. Take money that's supposed to circulate within Nigeria to the foreign countries. And this is exactly the situation where we have found ourselves in Nigeria. Everybody go grab a copy of the Daily Post and get more details on that one. From the Daily Trust, we move on to the Vanguard newspaper. The Electoral Act amendment, Senate not averse to criticism, will resolve issues today. That's according to a spokesman. The Senate yesterday said it is not opposed to public criticism, peaceful protests over its handling of the Electoral Act Amendment Bill, assuring Nigerians that the controversy surrounding the removal of the phrase real-time from provision on electronic transmission of election results will be addressed at the emergency plenary sitting come today. Well, it is so funny, but at the end of the day, if you look at this whole thing, Nigerian Senate, I had the Senate president talking about 9 states have no network. Which state in Nigeria doesn't have network? What kind of koro like be that one? Linus Mba. Okay, instead of our Senate president to be thinking of how do we provide network in case there's no network between now and 2027, he's thinking about using that as an excuse to stop real-time election. That if that happened, a whole 9 local government or 9 states will not have election result. I ask again, Godswill Akpabio, which state in Nigeria has no network? some states now, again, INEC said that they are not saying what they are not doing. They are not saying what they are not trying to practice, that they have tested all these things around the state. These were all INEC's own, under the most maligned Mahmoud, who came up with real-time transmission. They scuttled it with glitches, and now they don't even want it to be a law so that they can rig elections. That is what Nigerians are saying. At the end of the day, if you talk about 9 local governments, what is your responsibility as government to do? Is it not to make sure those local governments or those states have the network? How long will it take for these network wires and cables to be mounted? It can be done in 6 months. We have nearly 1 year to the election. So what in God's name will be the reason why real-time electronic transmission of results will not be achieved? Godswill Akpabio, Senate President, this question is for you. And you keep talking about people don't understand the process of making law. No, everybody understands. The fact that you are in Senate doesn't give you ultimate knowledge over things. Nigerians are very intelligent people. You don't wake up one morning and speak as if people are stupid. We ain't stupid. The problem is that you think they are stupid. That's the worst thing that can happen to anybody, when the leaders look at you and say you're stupid. That's exactly what you're telling Nigerians. No network. Where? Where is there no network? Even in the remotest part of people have phones. Are we going to Coma Hill? And if we have about 9 local governments that there are no network, that's a negligible amount compared to the millions of other people that have network. So what in God's name? Even if you want to do mandatory, can't you do it in those areas? Must you make it a nationwide thing so that you can rig election? Akwa Ibom has network everywhere. Everywhere in the southeast has network. Everywhere in the west has network. You can say some part of north may not have network. So is that the reason why we will not have election result transmitted in real time? So these are issues. Anyway, let's hear what the Senate will do today when they reconvene again because of this. There is planned protest. NLC, I said they are going to go and protest over this matter if it continues. While e-transmission, Akpabio setting country on fire. This is coming from Adebayo. Well, Akpabio and his Senate setting Nigeria on fire. Okay. Trump threatens to stop opening of Canada-US bridge. Donald Trump. America may be great, but stop blowing fire everywhere in the world. No importation of finished PMS into Nigeria. Dangote refinery clarifies an Electoral Act amendment is on the placard. DSS takes over probe of attack, alleged abduction of Obaseki. All right, let's move on now to the Punch newspaper. Senate reconvenes today as Electoral Act triggers uproar, and police seeks stronger ties with federal agencies to fight crime in Kogi. And the EPL preview: Chelsea targets 7th straight home win over Leeds, and it must happen, whether Man U or Arsenal like it or not. It must happen. 7th straight home win, another win for the Blues. Tinubu brokers truce in Rivers crisis, and U.S. to deport Nigerians, and Senate session in focus. Other top stories on the Punch newspaper. Grab a copy and take a read for yourself. Then let me bring this one more story, and after that, I will open up the phone lines. I want to save this one for the last headline I will give to you this morning. Okay. How Nigerian police under IGP Egbetokun spent 104.9 million naira to produce officers' berets. And when you read that story further, you see that they produced Inspector General, what is it called? How do they call it? Branded, Inspector General branded towel to officers. 104.9 million. That's over 105 million, approximately. On October 2027-2025, a sum of 21.8 million naira was paid to Fasma Skiri Enterprise for the production of 1,550 pieces of ACP IGP customized berets. 21.8 million for 1,550 pieces. Beret, what did they wear? This police beret, 21.8 million naira. Hi, God, Nigeria. That's not all. This story is on the Sahara Reporters. You can go grab it. Well, the review by Sahara Reporters say earlier in August 2025, another sum of 83.1 million was paid to JH Partners Limited for the production of 5,000 pieces of ACP IGP Beret. Just between August and October, 2 months, they paid another 21.9. That is over 100 million, 104.9 million for Beret alone within 2 months. Chai! Oh, me trouble. Well, in September 2025, within that same period, Sahara Reporters' review of gov spend, that's government spend, gov spend, also revealed that the Nigerian police spent several millions of naira to produce Inspector General of Police branded towels in 2024. That's one. These payments were made under the current IGP, Kayode Egbetokun. The review shows that on April 30, 2024, a sum of 8.4 million was paid to Oran Global Investment Limited for the supply of 780 numbers, Inspector General of Police customized towel and other items. On the same day, 8.5 million was paid to Chumchuks Investment Limited for the supply of 700 IGPs customized towels under items for distribution to command and formation. Customized towel. 8.5 million. 8.4 million. That is 16.9 million for towel. Branded customized towel where you go share, give command. Hi! Oh, me trouble. In our end, though, in 2024, 8.6 million was paid to Waves Filament Limited for the supply of 640 numbers of IGP customized towel. So this has become a tradition, customized towel to be shared. Spending another one is 8.7 million was paid to Oran Global Investment Limited for supply of 920 IGP customized towel and other items for distribution and come on. What will be that other items? We don't know. According to Sahara Reporters, they didn't write that one. Further review shows that on November 14, 2024, a sum of 8.7 million was paid to Oran Global Investment. This Oran, who get the Oran Global Investment, we'll still find out, for the supply of 800 numbers of IGP customized towel. Again, on the same day, is writing other items. We don't know what that one be. What will be the other items? Only police, inspector general, and the people they spend the money. Now them know. This is how Nigerian money. Put all this customized towel IGP cap the money. Is it not running to billion? Police they die every day for road. They no get gone. You go see police stand for road. Then they like 5 or 10. Only 2 or 3 go hold gun. The rest hold stick. When I know they see them, but they instead of buying weapons for Nigerian police to combat crime, they buy customized towel and beret for nearly $1 billion when you put all this money together. Between August and December of 2025. Oh, me trouble. On August 30th, they spent another 8.136 million was paid to Danloki Systems Limited for supply of 30 cartons of cream crackers biscuit. How many? 30 for 30 cartons. I beg 8,136,000,000 to buy 30 cartons of cream crackers biscuit. Where they make this cream cracker for heaven? Jesus. This cream cracker, they prolong life. How? Anyway, this is expose by the Sahara Reporter. You can go grab it. Just Sahara is an online newspaper, so you can use your phone and type. I beg, when I read the remaining one, I don't want to read again. Let me open up the phone lines so that you can add your voice to the conversation. But before we do that, let me announce this missing item. The West African Examination Council, West Africa Senior School Certificate. Original copy, somebody don't throw away, owned. The name is, this is certified at Amanze Okechukwu Nicholas. His certificate is right here in my hand. Original certificate. So please, anybody who knows Amanze is from Unity Comprehensive School. Is this Egbema Central Abua? That's Unity Comprehensive College. Egbema Central Abua. That sounds like River State. So if anybody who can reach this young man, his certificate is at Echo FM. Somebody picked it and brought it here. And please. And the result, very, very, very sweet. C everywhere, plus B. Very nice result. So this is WAEC. They don't feel replace this thing, you know. So if you're not saying your own, or you know anywhere where you go reach Unity Comprehensive College, please come and do some documentation to claim that. We also have a report of a forgotten bag, in a traveling bag inside Imo Kakaboso at about Naze Agbala on Sunday by 4:30 p.m. Osuji Ioma Vera is the owner. You can call 0803-732-7320. That is the contact number of Ioma Vera, the owner of the bag. Please, if you do that, God bless you. Do not take what does not belong to you. If you are a driver, if you carry that bag now, your keke go get one fatal accident. You get small bag, but you then lose your source of livelihood. Please don't go and buy curse and condemnation unto yourself. If that bag was left in your bus or your car, please help Ihioma Vera. Call this number if you have it, 0803-732-7320, or you can come to Echo FM 100.7 right here at Ajako Street, number 4 at Ajako Street. You can bring the bag. God will bless you if you do that. All right, it's time for you to holler. Let's go to our phone lines now. Good morning.
Good morning, Chief by the Cosmos. How are you doing this morning?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much.
You're online with Engineer Frank today, and this morning I am calling from Amasa Douglas.
Yes, sir.
By the Cosmos, we have 109 senators and 305 House of Reps members.
Yes, sir.
And we have over 200 and something million Nigerians. And these few individuals want to plug this country into chaos. It will not work for them.
At all.
Even the bandits, from those rural areas, they claim that there is no network. Those people, they video their victim and send to them. They watch it from the comfort of their home.
Yeah.
And they are telling us that they don't have a network. And this Beavers of 18 is one of the best things Mahmoud ever introduced to this into this country. But they choose to do otherwise. Because these particular Beavers, when you register, when you vote, you cannot vote twice. But they choose to use manual. So I want to call upon Nigerians, our religious leaders, traditional leaders, to rise up to this occasion. They should not allow this. So even the Senate President, he should be very, very careful so not to flood this country into another chaos. We are tired of, in fact, what we are fighting to do in this country, in fact, is too much on us.
Thank you very much.
They should be very, very careful. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Barry, good morning.
Thank you very much for joining us. Go ahead, name and submission.
I'm calling from New World Layout. My name is Mr. McDonald.
Okay, Mr. Mac, go ahead.
So, Barry, where I want to put mouth to is something about the Senate President.
Okay.
You know that the last election, majority people that is involved in APC, majority of them has left APC now. You know that?
Well, you're telling me.
And now, the system that they used during the election that time, majority of those people know the system. Now, what they want to tumble this country now, they want to tumble that system that those people that have left the APC know. So that the another system they will use will be a system that those people don't know about. So we need to be wise. This is the game you see the Senate president are playing to this country. So whatever you see the Senate president, even though at the end of today you see that they will not approve that electoral act, mark it.
Okay.
Because that is the major target they want to use and rig 2027 election. So bye-bye, so that others will put mouth.
All right, thank you. I don't understand. They have 30 governors. If there are 30 governors in APC, so what are you afraid of? That's what people keep asking. Good morning.
Good morning, Body Cosmos.
Good morning to you.
My name is...
Hello? Hello, are you there? All right, sorry, we can't hear you. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning to you. Welcome aboard.
My name is Herbert Akon from Port Harcourt Road. Barry, on Akpabio insulting the sensibility of Nigerians, I want to take an exception to it.
Okay.
How could you tell us about network issues? In fact, I used an instrument sometime where I worked. In the remotest of places, you could transmit to the satellite. So INEC should devise a means of doing that in those areas where they feel that they won't have network, which may be very few. They just get a gadget that can transmit to the IREF, and that will solve the problem. So they should stop giving us excuses of network as a reason for non-transmission of results.
Yeah.
We are waiting for them in 2027. That is the only way that we have confidence in the elections come 2027.
All right.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry. Good morning.
Good morning to you. Yeah.
Barry, this question, about the last caller asked. I asked this question this morning in River State, one of the radio stations in River State. If you can have 30 state governors, 30 in number, you are the president in House Reps, everywhere you dominated. Yet, you are not yet sure of winning the election. Even with all the governors and the all whatever, the House of Senate and all whatever, you still want to manipulate it to do election. What is happening?
Yeah.
You simply take, let me tell you, the vote has been cast to the radio. What do I mean by that? If you look at the people voters are calling for this real-time transmission, after the are calling for that, and you can understand where they want to vote. That's just what has been captured already. You understand what the point I'm making.
Yeah.
And just has discussed the vote already even before now. What all it is for the National Assembly's Fabio and his cohort to do the needful. Without this real-time transmission of election results, there may likely be crisis in this country because Nigerians are tired. They are fed up. And the Fabio and his cohort does not have any option than to do the needful to Nigerian people. They are afraid. You have governors, you have everything, House Assembly, Senate, Speaker, whatever.
All right.
I'm not sure.
Thank you.
I say that what this is who are defecting. The question is the political elite. The masses of Nigeria are on the other side. Why the political elite are on the other side?
Thank you very much.
Let them allow free and fair election in Nigeria. Transmit at all time.
Thank you.
Good morning. God bless you.
Thank you. All right, let's get some messages out of the way. We start up with a beautiful woman, the lady mama, isn't it, Lady Juliana CK? It says, beautiful morning, my eloquent and majestic Barry Calci, on the contentious electoral reform. Why is Senator Akpabio always giving Nigerians very hot tea to drink? This man and his team have been watching in their cozy chairs while the country boils in very serious security and other terrible woes. Now it has come to election matters. They are awake to perpetrate their stay in governance. The Senate decision is very sure way to rig the election again. Nigerians will resist it even with a large drop of our blood. This present rule that has made Nigeria as a country of great bloodshed, suffering and gnashing of teeth should not be allowed to continue. Akpabio, be careful. Nigerians are not babies and bomboys. We will fight your tricks with red eye. Isn't Lady Julie Nasike sent in that one? Well, this one says, considering Akpabio's claim that APC has done well, I think it's supposed to be in the forefront of approving electronic transmission of election results. Levi Oparugo from Irete in Owerri West, LGA, Imo State. This other one says, This other one says, good morning, Barry. You see Akpabio and APC see this electronic voting system as a threat when they have already planned on how to rig in themselves. When a normal or usual voting system is used, that's the normal declaration of winners of election in the midnight. They don't want a new electoral system, but it must work. Nigerians said they want it, and we have network all over the country. Davis in the mega texting from Owerri. This other one says, good morning, Barry Cosmos. I'm Ofuegbu Chinedu from Umuakalinaze. The situation of the current status of Nigeria as insecurities and hijack of our democracy by some criminal element. Barry, I think it's high time we seek military intervention. All right, this other one says the Boroboro 1 and February baby on Echo FM. Chinekeme. It is very unfortunate that the governors of Benue and Zamfara are capitalizing on building of houses and markets to dupe their states. Is it not financial banditry? For Senate, I think Akpabio, who never contested for the position he is occupying today, want to go back to Senate in the same manner. My advice is that if the Senate failed to resolve the electronic result transmission, let Nigerians go to American embassy to protest. This is a period to stop the rigging of 2027 election. Barry, what is the position of Chelsea on the log? So Arsenal are still on top. Comrade Chris Ogbonna, JP, Church of Presentation. Chelsea, they comfortably fifth position. 1 point behind Manchester United. That one we will still command them for road. Aston Villa will go. We're going to pursue now where they there. No wahala. Okay, thank you very much for sending in your message. This other one says, good morning, Mr. Barry. This is time Nigerians should occupy National Assembly through civil society group till this electric voting is totally passed into law. All the trouble in Nigeria is located in the electoral process. For now, democracy is gone, but Nigeria must restore it back. Nigerians, this is a people's time to take back Nigeria. Dr. Imo Emmanuel. Juju from Equity says, Barry, good morning and welcome back, Barry. Why Nigeria be 1 week, one trouble? Governor of Benue State is not showing good example. Being a priest, for that matter, sorry for him. Barry, what is wrong with Tinubu, Wike, and Fubara in River State now? Everybody is doing what he or she wants. During election, they will off network in Southeast. Well, that's according to Juju. Collins Oswago, a.k.a. Motion, texting from Imo Police, said, good morning, my good friend Barry and the listener. The senators know that if there is transmission of votes, most of them will not return to the Senate. The president will not even return to the seat. Advise the INEC to insist on the vote transmission for equity and transparency. A motion from Imo Poli. Engineer Buka just sent in this one, says, good morning, my Mr. Barry. Chief Ugbaja will soon come out to defend APC. The obstinate posture of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria under the stewardship of Senate President Godswill Akpabio on the issue of electronic transmission of election results constituted a profound leadership failure and a deliberate assault on the democratic process at a time when modern democracies are migrating towards the technology-driven transparency. The Senate resistance represents a retrogressive mindset anchored in fear of accountability rather than commitment to national development. The position exposes a dangerous disconnect between legislative leadership and the aspirations of the Nigerian electorate. By undermining electronic transmission, the Senate President presides over a process that weakens electoral credibility, institutionalizes opacity, and sustains a system vulnerable to manipulations. Leadership, by its very definition, should inspire reform, not sabotage it. What is being witnessed is not statesmanship, but a calculated preservation of a flawed status quo. History will not judge this error kindly. The refusal to embrace electronic transmission of results will stand as evidence of a Senate leadership that chose political convenience over democratic integrity, personal interest over national progress, and regression over reform. Such conduct erodes public confidence and confirms the growing perception that the legislature, under its current leadership, has failed to rise to the moral and constitutional responsibilities entrusted to it by the Nigerian people. Engineer Ebuka texting from Fute. Engineer Ebuka, no send me the newspaper again, I beg. It's too long. Thank you very much for your message. On our Facebook, we have, so many messages. I don't know where to start from, but definitely let's get some out. Justice Onyekachi says you were missing in action yesterday. Hope all is well. Yes, all is well. We had some issues in the office. We had a very... Our boss came around, so we had a robust meeting yesterday. That's why I wasn't on air. Sorry about that, people. Eheteto Lillian says, good morning, Big Brother Barry. God bless you. And how are you doing today? Hope all is well. My birthday is in 14 February 2026. So Lillian is my birthday mate. Really? Oh yeah, I'm gonna come. Well, they celebrate. I go join in because as a B, that's why I go join in at this today. Chinaza nice. The worst thing to happen to any state is to have a pastor or reverend father to be their governor. Una go suffer. Well, Pastor Omoeno in Akwa Ibom supporting has migrated to APC. Chinaza nice. He say up mind you. Can you imagine this guy? This Chinaza. One day I will catch you. Who China no will say, Gracias, Mr. Barry Cosmos, the presiding bishop of this ministry. Modernity and technology stare us in the face, and we cannot turn back the hand of time to go against the use of technology, electronic transmission of election results. In this high-tech time and period is to be an enemy of democracy, to stick to the vicious cycle of election rigging, manipulation, falsification, and subterfuge. Sincerely, the enactment of the 2022 Electoral Act was greeted with much relief and celebration because we thought it would put things right and Nigerians will have their legitimate mandates delivered to them. All right, thank you very much. This is where we will be rushing down to our commercial department to bring us some commercials. After that, this conversation continues. Stay, don't touch the dial. We will be right back after this timer.
Echo FM.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7. For this Valentine, make you ready for 2 days of jolly non-stop and the correct Valentine vibes. This one na Valentine Groove Part 3. It happen live for Hotel Arizona Owerri. Body on 15th February 2026 will be the grand finale. Chief Sopromojo Wednesday and the United Brothers International go dead there for live performance. DJ Ora Prince go dead there to use better bedu scatter your body. Oh yeah, once you reach 5 p.m., just handle they go Hotel Arizona for #1 Val Onyema, opposite NNPC Mega Station for Onisha Road, Owerri, Imo State. For more information, make you call 07. Grooving now water.
Echo FM.
Echo FM 100.7, the fresh news people.
Please listen to this important announcement. Proti Hotel, in partnership with and mocktail, dance, comedy, games, and lots more. Date 14th February 2026. Time 6 o'clock p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Singles 40,000 naira. Couples 70,000 naira. Table for 5% discount. Table for 10% discount. For bookings and inquiries, please call 0916.
Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Register APP and get your membership. Zero corruption, any by any. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Register APP and get your membership. Zero corruption, any by any. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. A new party is here. Fellow Nigerians, a new party is here. Elephant is register here. APP and get your membership. Zero corruption, any by any.
Join the moving train. Join Action People's Party, APP. Go get your card now.
Zero corruption, any by any.
Echo FM.
It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
You love music? You love Echo FM 100.7.
This is an infomercial. Oh, this is so frustrating. Which kind of thing be this now? Oh.
Michael, have fun now. This one, your face is like this. What's wrong?
Just imagine, my boss sent me to print some business cards and the final outcome is poor. He condemned everything. I'm tired. I've tried so many printing companies for our business cards, brochures, and posters, and yet, look at this trash. I will make me begin write for paper because I don't tire for this quality.
You never see anything. Oh yeah, calm down, make I reason you. Haven't you heard of the King Printing Hub? Not only do they have cutting-edge technology, but they also have a team of seasoned experts who make your printing dreams a reality. With sophisticated computer-to-plate and direct image machines at the forefront of printing technology, ensuring your ideas are captured with clarity and brilliance.
For real? What kind of services do they offer?
They handle all tiers of printing activities from business cards, invoices, and receipts to flyers, brochures, posters, flex banners, and even vehicle branding. They also offer creative design services, corporate branding, and general printing.
That sounds amazing. What about their quality?
The King Printing Hub uses state-of-the-art equipment, including CTP, ID card printing, lamination, perfect binding, and automatic folding machines. They also offer mass printing in 2 and 5 units.
Wow, that's impressive. Where are they located?
They are located at number 4 Ajoku Street, Owerri, off Federal Road, Imo State. And in case you want to order their services from the comfort of your home, you can call them on 08161 774303, 08161 774303, or email them at hub@thekingmail.com. You can also book online via www.thekingprintinghub.com.
Aisha, thank you for this information where you give me so. Make I begin run go there.
You are welcome. Remember, the King Printing Hub is the one-stop shop for all your printing needs.
I can assure you, but this one na confirm. Make I rush go there. Sharp.
Echo FM.
Into the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How can suspend me here? Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election. That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo, and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People.
Hello, good morning and welcome to the news update on Echo FM 100.7, the station with fair and balanced reporting. Here are the latest stories we are tracking at this hour. The Abuja Division of the Court of Appeal affirmed the decision of the Senate to suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti, holding that the Red Chamber acted within its powers. The court noted that the Senate President is empowered under the Senate rules to reallocate seats to lawmakers and that members are only permitted to speak from their designated seat. The court therefore set aside the contempt proceedings and the $5 million naira fine imposed on the Kogi senator. President Bola Tinubu has reiterated the commitment of his administration to finding solutions that would defeat terrorism and banditry in the country. He noted that the administration is strengthening macroeconomic stability through improved revenue performances, stronger public financial management, and enhanced physical condition. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, in line with its commitment to collaborations and regional integration, has reaffirmed its dedication to strengthening partnerships amongst the telecommunications regulators within the West African sub-region. The Executive Vice Chairman of NCC, Dr. Aminu Maida, further emphasized that collaboration remains a core driver of the NCC board and that sustained engagement with regional partners is essential to advancing the interests of telecommunications consumers and various stakeholders. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has uncovered what it described as one of the worst counterfeit medicine operations in recent years. NAFDAC urged citizens to buy medicines only from registered pharmacies and accredited outlets, avoid drugs sold by hawkers, always scratch and verify authentication codes on medicine packs, and be suspicious of products sold far below normal prices. And in business, the Nigerian Export Processing Zones Authority has called on the European Union to integrate Nigeria's Special Economic Zone scheme under the European value chain as part of its effort to boost economic growth, deepen industrialization, and strengthen EU-Nigeria's trade relations. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of NEPZA, Olufemi Ogunyemi, warned that over-reliance on primary commodity exports without meaningful value addition limited industrial growth, constrained human capital development, and threatened the long-term sustainability of supply chains between Africa and Europe. On the foreign scene, an appeal court upheld a prison sentence against Mali's former Prime Minister, Mouassa Mara, which was handed down last year after he expressed support for political prisoners online. Mali is ruled by a military junta, which came to power in back-to-back coups in 2020 and 2021. Since then, the government has ramped up repression of its critics, including taking measures against the press and dissolving political parties. And in sports, the Super Eagles head coach Eric Schell hopes to become the first African to manage Spanish giant Real Madrid. Schell, who started his coaching career with French amateur side Groupe Sportif Consolat in 2014, is currently regarded as one of the best homegrown coaches in Africa. Schell has reportedly been courted by a number of African countries. However, he said his ambition is to one day be in Real Madrid's dugout. And as this is the news update at this hour, as edited by Benjamin Joseph. For more news and updates, follow us on Facebook, it's Echo FM. On our X handle is at Echo FM_Owerri. On Instagram and YouTube, Echo FM 100.7. You can also listen anywhere in the world via www.echofm.net. And that's the news update at 10, brought to you from the studios of Echo FM 100.7.
Echo FM. It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7. Live from the Eastern Heartland, Echo FM 100.7
brings you engaging conversation on trending news.
We need the federal government to sort whatever issue they are having with ASU.
And by December this year, 4,000 MOUs will be employed in Europe.
It's explosive.
Well, first of all, we must understand that war in itself is a display of anarchy. When you talk about war, that is lawlessness at its peak. When you say you are fighting war to keep Nigeria one, no. You fought the war as a manifestation of your incompetence in the management of the crisis that was then part of Nigerian history.
Hilarious.
I get malaria, my cancer. Behind every successful man, there's a woman at the front. Without it, stop shaking your head. You stop shaking your head. You're one of those who are causing problems. On action,
and daring.
Mr. President, God will ask all of us, but you will be in the front. I will say, I've told the Senate President.
Our nation remains one of the most insecure and least peaceful in the world today, making Nigeria one of the hungriest countries of the world. Nigerians now spend nearly their entire income on feeding.
We may be hungry, but we can manage our hunger.
My appeal is that you dedicate 20% of 2025, roughly 72 days, to visit each of the 36 states.
Catch the drama, feel the excitement on Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri with the Radio Marshal Barry Cosmos. Every weekday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Join the conversation on Straight Talk with Barry Cosmos. Straight Talk. Get straight analysis. No bending corners.
Let's be poor. Breathe.
Echo FM. It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's still Straight Talk on Echo FM 100.7. No bending corners is our motto. Straight Talk it is. And of course, as it been, and so we did talk. Let's head on to Benue State, and thereafter we'll look at how people are benefiting from insecurity, and that is one of the reasons why insecurity is not leaving us anytime soon. Before we do that, let me also re-announce this one. The West African Examination Council West African Senior School Certificate, a missing one. It's owned by what's his name? Again, he was born in January 27, 1990 from Unity Comprehensive College, Egbema Central in Abua. Well, this is to satisfy that Amanze Okechukwu Nicholas is his name. He has lost this original certificate of WAEC and is here in our studio. Please, if you know Amanze or Unity Comprehensive College in Egbema Central in Abua local government area of, I think, River State, please do come for claiming of this certificate, because this is the original copy. It's not funny when you lose it. You know how it is in Nigeria. All right, we go to Yelwada in Benue State. Well, a missionary in Nigeria, he has exposed a lot of shady deals that are going on in this country called Nigeria, where governments, instead of using the scarce resources to help the lives of their poor citizens, they use whatever befalls them as a measure to extort, embezzle, and defraud the state. Well, this missionary has said is an American, and he has told a very, very touching story, and it is not funny. It is not funny. It is not funny at all. When I listened to that particular interview. And what really got me, he said that I had to go to the humanitarian commissioner and I let them know of my desire here, what I'm supposed to do. And I was directed that I am not allowed to build the market. That is what they said. They said that the government has plans to build the market, and they said, we will send you the plan tomorrow, maybe 2 days, and I waited for 2 weeks, no response, and I'm pressuring, I'm asking, so what is happening? When are we going to build the market? You said you will send me the plan. I have no plan. And they sent me a video of a 300 million naira plan for a market in Yelwada. Yelwada is a very local community. Which government uses 300 million naira to build a market in a village, in a local village market? Where have you seen that? In Benue State, where? Even the Wurukum market in Makodi is not up to 300 million when they built it. Is it high-level market in Makodi? Is it the Kasanala market or Boko main market in Benue State? Or even the Zakibian, the biggest yam market in West Africa, was not built with 300 million. And then you say you want to build in your water? Jesus. 300 million. That is what got the young man angry. He said, I have no plan, and they sent me a video of a 300 million plan for a market in Yelwata, which they just hurriedly put together because maybe they thought this guy is an American, didn't carry plenty money. They go collect the money, then go chop. Why they told me I can't build, I would spend maybe 50 or 60 million to rebuild everything. They want this young man to give them the money to build the 300 million or what? Well, he didn't say that, but definitely you can put one or two together to say, they don't see Oyibo, they want cash out. These are people who are supposed to be happy that somebody is coming to build the market and help restore that. The government will come and commission it and thank them. They have partnership so that this kind of people will help build other places. But no, they didn't think about all that. What they thought first is to make money from the plight of the people. Too bad. They said 300 million naira market. And the guy said, what market in any village or town is there that is worth 300 million in Nigeria? Not one, zero. Even in cities, which city has 300 million market? That begins to ask the question. The biggest market, is it Nkwaji? 300 million. Which one again? World Bank market, 300 million. I've been at Rochas market, 300 million. These are markets in the township. They may be up to that. But go Umuaka main market. Who built them with 300 million? They won. They destroyed Toronto market. We went there, it looked like one boy's quarter. That is a local market. 300 million to rebuild. Even in Igbo land where commerce and all that, they are better off than the ones in the Middle Belt. Yet, 300 million. This is what people do. I am not interested in the money. What I'm interested in, why do people want to exploit and eat on the suffering of others? And you are in government. We may be blaming the state government, but the people who did this, the governor may not even be aware. So people who are in high places, they say commissioner for humanitarian. You are called a commissioner for humanitarian. Somebody came to do humanitarian service, and all you need to do is to work with the person. If it's going to bring in 50 million, 60 million, if it is more, the government should not add it to build it. No. What they want is they sent a video which is going to be AI generated to him of an ultramodern market. Is it federal government that will build it, state government, or this young man that will come and build it? Say the government have plans. When did Yelwata attack happen? Moving on from Benue State. Governor Dauda won't use 1 billion. Build cemetery to bury people where bandits kill, where terrorism kill. Since these bandits will not stop killing, I will build an ultra-modern cemetery to build for you to bury with floodlight. Even in the night, you can come and bury your person. That's what the governor is saying. Anyway, like I said earlier on, it looks like allegedly, of course, Nigerians have become the subsidy for people in government after the government took away subsidy that made petroleum cheaper. So this is very funny. Anyway, let's get your take on that particular story before we move on to other things. This is what we will be taking a look at today on the show. Welcome, everybody, to be part of the program. It is this very, very sad story in Nigeria. Very, very sad, but that's what it is. Let's go. 0911 20022 0707 454 1014. Good morning. Who did my line? Good morning. Oh, okay. Good morning.
Barry.
I greet you.
Yeah, this is Peter Esiom. I'm calling from Nekede.
Okay.
It is quite pathetic. It is very, very pathetic to see a man whom the entire Benue people rally around, put everything together to make sure he becomes their leader. To come up and never be, don't just be a disappointment, but become a thorn in their flesh. If you imagine the number of people that have died since the emergence of Hafsin Halia as the governor of Benue State, you will see that it is better for a Muslim to lead them than a man who calls himself a reverend father. Anyway, God is watching from a distance. And for Akpabio, some time ago when I criticized Akpabio when he was a governor of Akwa Ibom, people say, why are you so hard on this man? That this man is the best governor. But when you see him from far, you will never know who really he is. But I thank God that today he is in the national. And many people have really come to know Akpabio, who Akpabio is. Akpabio is one of the worst leaders I've ever met. And you guys have not seen anything yet. Nigeria should wait. And you will see more of him better than this. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very, very much for your contribution. Good morning.
Only him, senior comrade line
Olohime, why are you laughing this early morning?
I'm laughing at you.
At me, quoi? I think that is in trouble. These people, they make me mess. You gonna laugh me joy for my birthday. Oh God, I don't hear that.
Morning, my brother. Good morning. You see, the topics are okay, but His Excellency, Reverend Alia, I think the language the Americans used was not so polite. That's why both Martin Coker and him are trying to push that language to another thing. That genocide. They would have come down a little, America would have come down a little and used the language that a common man can understand. Like the one they call, is it, which language again? The one the Bible explained that they use on Christians. That would be fine. You are an educationist. You can't remind me, but I can remember the language.
Okay.
So, now, that is where they said that nothing like genocide in Nigeria. Both Martin Coker and him, who are elevated in Christian world by being a reverend father and the other one a bishop. They have been politicized. I don't know whether this politics is just like when you enter inside, you forget your old days and start living another life. Who told me that a politician who is a reverend father who commit communion to people can come out to see when his members are being killed, and he pretends as if nothing is happening. And in fact, they need to go for confession. They need to go. Confession is not only on ordinary person.
Yeah.
They should go for confession, both Coca and Alia. That's number one. But anything concerning Akpabio, you know, I always tell you here that name is very, very important. Name is spiritual. And when you see Akpabio, when you see Okpadia Sika, you know about his life. Onyuberu, Realata.
Okpadia.
Just watch it, my brother. Leave us.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Elohim, for your contributions. Okay. Well, while we are doing that, Senate President Akpabio clarified that Senate did not completely reject the electronic transmission of election results, but rather refused to make a real-time transmission mandatory. I want us to separate what Akpabio wants and what they are claiming. They did not reject transmission, but real-time. So giving that lacuna for them to manipulate the results. That is what people are saying, all right? So let's go back to the Yelwada story. Good morning.
Good morning, Barry.
Good morning.
Chief Brad Abbott, my name.
Welcome, Chief.
Barry, it's painful, very, very shameful that Mr. Senate President will open his mouth to tell the world that there is no network in 9 states in Nigeria. And again, that there can be falling of power grid in Nigeria. These are the reasons he gave while INEC should not go by voting, should not go by electronic voting. I mean, it's so shameful. That makes me believe that anything that has to do with Akpabio is fraudulent. Sorry to say this, I can defend it because of his chameleon nature. I, Chief Bright Ago, can defend it anywhere. That anything that has to do with Senate President is fraudulent. And again, coming to talk about Hyphen earlier, the Benue State Governor. Yes, I have respect for Reverend Fathers, but I now ask, is Reverend Father Hyphen earlier still receiving Holy Communion? Because time after time, I hear him and I see him defending lies. How can he now go to the altar and receive Holy Communion? It's a shame. My name remains Chief Bright Ago. Very enjoy your day.
Thank you very much. Hello, welcome aboard. Who did my line?
Barry Cosmos, good morning.
Yeah, the senior citizen.
My name is senior citizen Mazuzoma.
Yeah.
I've tried since last week, but thank God today is all right.
Welcome, sir.
I once served on the board of a small charitable organization, and wrote to the then, was it Ministry of Women Affairs or something, and welfare of a particular state. I'm not saying any state now. And we said we want to spend money XYZ on disabled people, and people who are less privileged and so on. And we wanted to have the names and the numbers so that we will know what fund to allocate. Not the matter of today. At that time, the committee SASOM had a 2 million, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, 9 million naira. And that may be more than 90 or 200 million today. And after waiting for a month, no reply. He went back there. Yes, he had to ask me to go as the secretary of the committee. Go and find out. We found, when I got there, they said, oh, we should pay the money to them to administer. And we said no. This money is private funds, it's not public funds. We didn't get it from anybody. And the woman who was in charge then said, well, the only thing they can do is we will pay the money to them, then they will spend the money and render account. And we said no. Give us the name. Larry, what I just said to you, at the end of the day, we never got anything from that ministry of women affairs and welfare. I don't remember the proper title now. What am I saying? It is one thing, another statement about will speak. That may not represent the correct position of what the ministries are meant for. But the truth is this, that there are persons who are in authority, have responsibility to do things that they have refused to do, except where it benefits them personally. Sure. I'm not surprised that what is going on in there, because it doesn't seem that human life matter to those in political authorities in Benue State. There is no evidence at all to show that human beings are important. That's why some people are in ID camps for 6, 7, 8, 9 years, and they are still there. And you want to settle them there, while people have taken over their land and are living on their land and doing business on their land. And I keep asking you on this program, Barry, can you say that a government is a government which does not demonstrate that the welfare of the people is paramount? I will ask you, as long as I can, I'll be asking you, show me an example of a government, any government, federal government in Nigeria, where you will say that the welfare of people has been the paramount business of the government. Good morning. I am senior citizen. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, senior citizen. Wow, show me any. A big challenge. Any. Wow. All right, let's go back to the messages. Barrio, the Radio Masha, fine morning. I don't take government opinion seriously. APC as a terrorist organization is the worst thing that happened to Nigeria. Are you surprised that they will do everything possible to enshrine insecurity so they can continually line their personal pockets? Looting has no religious persuasion or doctrine, so the Benue and Zamfara state examples are typical. Insane crimes, majority of those in government are supposed to be in correctional centers. Customized barracks, another pipeline for looting. How can there be security in Nigeria? Barrio, the orchestrated efforts by the evil terrorist party to retain power cannot be overemphasized. Whether they like it or not, Nigeria will outlive them. This is a shame. The only people's elder Chijoke, sent in that message. This other one says, good morning, Barry, the Radio Machado Buruburuwan. I'm Pastor Prince Chiedoze, writing from away. My brother, we are in danger in the hands of these governments of Tinubu. Government and terrorists are doing business. In the issue of transmission of election, my brother Akpabio and his group want to rig the election like they did in 2023. He should be ashamed of himself because he knows that him and his master cannot come back to sit to that seat. That is why he's doing everything to make sure that our votes do not count. I say it always that it's bad people that are ruling Nigeria today, and we did not vote them in INEC that rigged them in. In fact, shame to INEC and judiciary, because it's them that brought these questionable and corrupt people in power. It's very unfortunate. Barry, my brother, I rest my case. I'm Pastor Prince Chiedoze Onwumere. God bless you. Thank you very much. Mogboro John Bosco Ikechukwu from Ngbedi says, good morning, Mr. Barry. When the dynamism of power is gone, people rest in the mechanism of deceit. They are well aware that with the level of disillusionment of Nigerians and the policies of the current government and the political awareness and of Nigerian electorates as it is today, for rigging to be successful, it has to be clinical and scientific. Hence, the opposition to real-time transmission election results by these enemies of our democracy in democratic government. It has become crystal clear that only the people can bring about the change they want. Hence, this pre-election rigging must be strongly resisted by all means, by all well-meaning Nigerians, until the power of people supersedes the people in power. We will continue to have it rough. All right, thank you a lot for that message. let's go back to the issues. Let's give you more details on what this Akpabio Senate is doing. Well, they are talking about grid failures. They're talking about preventing legal issues, inadequate network infrastructure. These are all reasons Akpabio gave for them to remove the word real-time transmission and make it mandatory, giving room for what? Inadequacy, vulnerability, and unaccountability of election results, which was the hallmark of it. INEC was given option. They now reverted back to manual collation, which is not supposed to be. And that's what Nigerians are fighting to make sure it doesn't work. But unfortunately, Akpabio said it's inadequate network infrastructure. Akpabio argued that in at least 9 states, poor network connectivity due to insecurity makes mandatory real-time transmission impossible. Akpabio, which of these 9 states? I beg. That is the question. You don't just make talk and then don't give details. You say 9 states. Which is this 9? Which of out of 36 states, 9 will be what? That will be 27 that have network. So these 9 states you are talking about, which of the states? Where are they? Where are they in this country that there is no network in that state, Akpabio? Tell Nigerians what you mean. That's number one. Preventing legal issues. He explained that removing the phrase real-time was necessary to avoid legal challenges in court. Which court? The time where the thing did, they don't get caught. The court explained. Even the Supreme Court gave a ruling by one justice, or by 2 of them, said anybody who is opposed to technology and advancement is an enemy of democracy. That was what a Supreme Court judge said. And they said you have to get real-time election results to the people. Supreme Court judgment. I can't recall the name of that Supreme Court, but I'll get it. Now, Akpabio said no network. For that reason, they are preventing legal issues. Oh, me tabo. All of our election results are in court. What will make the people go to court is it not when their mandate is stolen? But if we make the result free and fair, who will go to court? Grid failures. He warned that if the national grid collapsed, making real-time transmission compulsory would invalidate results nationwide, as transmission would not be immediate. Akpabio, you said if it collapsed. What about if it doesn't collapse? Why are you making laws based on negativity, not positivity? Is Akpabio and Senate planning to collapse our grid on election day? So if we're going to be preparing for election, we're not going to service and make sure the grid does not fail? Akpabio, what kind of talk is this one? Flexibility for INEC. Akpabio noted that the current law already allows electronic transmission, and the amendment seeks to allow the Independent National Election Commission to use its discretion based on technical capability, rather than being forced to use it when it is not practicable. This is what was in 2023, how market. This same thing you are saying, this is what the Senate said when they did that 2022 Electoral Act. How market. How did it go? And you still want to use this same nonsense to come back and tell Nigerians this rubbish. So at the end of the day, it doesn't make any sense to anybody for a government to be preparing law based on ifs. If this, if that, if that. How do you make law based on if? Concerns over uninformed criticism. He criticized the public backlash has been driven by misunderstanding of the law, arguing that the real-time transmission is not always feasible. Akpabio, I don't understand what you mean people misunderstand the law. Nobody misunderstands anything. What we do understand is that you have completely opened the room for what you people do best. If we had people who behave like human beings, what you're saying makes sense. But once you give a small lacuna, you capitalize on it. The last time, the glitch, technical glitch. Are you trying to tell us it was network issue? How can there be network issue when senatorial elections were going? House of Rep were going. Only President Onogo. The same network. The same beavers. The same place. So what do you want to talk? All these things are just nonsense. When you say it, you say it and you make it look as if it sounds good. Election, no network in 9 states. Senate President Akpabio. Which of the states? Is it Enugu State? Anambra State? Bayelsa State? Which of the states? So anyway, I think that's much I can say on that. Good morning. Good morning. Who did my line?
Good morning, Bobby.
I greet you.
Good morning. This is Mike Okenwambise, calling from Ebu.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Yes. On the topic being discussed, we have said this before, that this era of political rascality has been persistent, and it will come and go. You understand? In the development of a country or a state, we have situations where things happen this way. And we believe that at a point in time, it has to be over. Apadio, the question I want to ask there is this. If Apadio said that there are some areas that don't have network, why can't they make network provision possible within this area before 2027? Who advised him? Who gave him this information? Is it the Nigerian Communication Committee or whatever that gave him this assertion that network will be a problem in that area? I mentioned earlier before now that this current INEC chairman disclosed that network is going to be a challenge. When he was making his inauguration speech, he said that network is going to be a challenge. This is somebody who has been recruited to be the INEC chair, but he was preempting us to know that there was possibility to rig election. The network is going to be a challenge, and that is what Abadio is confirming today. So, my brother, that is the way we see it. But we believe that one day things are going to turn around, and all this political rascality is going to stop. Thank you very much. Mike Okenwa remains my name.
All right, thank you very much, Mike, for your contribution. Okay, we keep going. My line. Good morning.
Good morning. Hello, Barry Christmas.
Welcome aboard.
How are we?
We're fine.
Yes, this is the Living Lion in Oji.
The Living Lion?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I better go. No choppers in this morning. Oh, the Living Lion. What did happen? All right. People are protesting at the National Assembly as it stands now. Well, the police is also guarding heavily the National Assembly. The likes of the NLC, the likes of the Randy Peters and Aisha and the Obedient Movement. I can see Peter Obi and, of course, see the Obedient Movement there. And there are people who are saying that you must take legislative action and bring back Aisha Yusuf is there. And if you can check out these videos, it's all happening. Okay, well, let's get more calls. Good morning. Okay. Waiting beyond the tone. I can't do that. Let's take some messages from our Facebook. Okay, we have this one. Uche now I think I've read your message. And for you and Chubicom, Oga Motpo, say delicious morning to you, my lovely voice in the studio. National Assembly should ensure that the electronic transmission of results is duly contained in the Electoral Amendment Act to guarantee credible and transparent polls in subsequent elections in Nigeria. Kachineke Mezioku. We also have Nobu Nabui here says policemen are using their customized towel to clean heat due to constant standing on the roads under rain and sun. Guns, hell no. It will be a distraction for the Gunja brown envelopes coming from the motorists. Noble from World Bank Owerri. Comrade Gregory Chivoy says, good evening, my presenter. I'm watching from VGC Lekki, Lagos. Honestly, Nigeria adopted the presidential system of government from America. Why can't we adopt their electoral means? The Senate are playing with our intelligence. All eyes on the Senate. All right, all eyes on the Senate. Simon Obiako Izu says, good morning, Barry, my brother. Let me tell you, the only thing that will stop all these things that is going on in Nigeria today is only by dividing it into two. And Pastor Obiako Izu Samuel from Aba, Biafra land. All right. Ezen Nayak Buruburu says, Barrio, you are looking so dandy today. What is the secret? Now rest. Your governor of Benue State is not a good candidate of Catholic community at all. Because we are told that the sinner that joins APC will be turned into a saint. So the Reverend Governor must have been engrossed with sin. Away. APC can't win any election in Nigeria unless they rig. So all these shenanigans is to maneuver and hoodwink Nigerians. They can't succeed. Mark my words. Yours truly, Elder Chijoko. Thank you very much, Elder Chijoko, for your message. Alphonsus Chima says, good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos. Why do we search with a torchlight for what we already hold in our hands? If an orange seller can use a POS machine to confirm payments in seconds, why is the Senate telling us that IRF transmission is too difficult for an entire nation? Why does our money travel through the air with ease? Why our votes are forced to crawl on the road? Why is technology trusted with our livelihoods but rejected when it comes to our mandates? Why was clause 60 sub 3 rejected? What exactly is wrong with transparency? Who benefits when results are written by hands instead of transmitted in real time? Why insist on a manual process that works best? All right, so why insist on manual process that works best when no one is watching and in a digital age? Why are we still being asked to accept analog democracy? Alphonsus Chima, texting from Imsu Junction. John Jackson Smith says, Barry, good morning. Hope you're good. Fine, I'm very good, Jackson. Barry, finally, this country in a cruise. Election done, they reach now. Stories don't change. Stories don't fall out. Barry, have a nice day. Samuel Jackson from Akabo, thank you very much. Samuel from Akabo. Nwakwa Alfonso says, good morning, Barry. Say, good morning, Mr. Barry Cosmos. When banks, market, and POS agents trust technology daily, why does the Senate suddenly lose confidence during elections? Are senators paid manually or do their allowances arrive digitally? If Nigeria tracks phone calls, bank transfers, and BVN details in seconds, why can't votes be tracked the same way? If IRF worked before, what changed? What leaders enjoying digital comfort insist citizens accept manual uncertainty? What message does that send? Systems protection or self-protection? Alphonsus Chima texting from Owerri. Ompadekchi Dozie Nwosu says he's texting from Umo Kano Haji, the most peaceful community in Imo State. Yeah, speaking, it says, good morning, Barry. Sincerely speaking, 2027 may not be business as usual. Our people seem to be more conscious now. I pray Nigeria prevails. Kemenin says, good morning, Sabari. These present rulers are worsening the Nigeria from whom we are. I mean, this is too bad from our Fabian. Why God may God help us out from this dark situation. Kemini Inse from World Bank. Thank you very much. Julie Nasike said, cool morning once again, my eloquent and majestic Barry Cossey. This ruling government is corrupt, fraudulent, insincere, deceitful, insensitive, and heartless as far as ruling this country is concerned. Well, it says that, Barry, if this group of people tell you to stay here, run away as fast as your legs can carry you. They clearly don't mean well for Nigerians. See the widely rejected GMO foods, which reasonable and well-meaning rejected, our rulers accepted for Nigerians to finish us. Now, they are telling us about immunization for children between 1 to 14 years against measles. People should be careful. Bill Gates is still around the corner. Isn't Lady Julie Nasike? Thank you very much. Hello, good morning. Who am I line?
Yeah, Barry, good morning. I did not say anything on Akpabio.
Okay.
Barry, just in one sentence. It's becoming clearer every day. I'm not a prophet, I've always told you.
Yeah.
But it's becoming so obvious now that some of the statistics we have taken for granted will come to play. The World Bank and its associates said there are 147 or 141 million Nigerians living in abject poverty.
Yeah.
The election in 2027 is between those people and those who hold political power.
Okay.
Let me say it again. It's about the record of the earth in Nigeria. The hungry, the advantage, the marginalized, and those who have marginalized them in 2027. That will be the issue. Good morning.
Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much, the senior citizen. Well, if you are following us on our Facebook, you can be seeing that Peter Obi is now leading the protest in Abuja over these election results and all that transmission. The likes of Aisha Yusufu is there, Tanko Yunusa, I can see them on the screen. So just quickly rush down through our Facebook and watch for yourself what is happening in Abuja right now as we speak. Well, they are all there in the street saying election results must be transmitted electronically. That is the voice of the presidential candidate of Labour Party in the last election, now an ADC member. That is talking about Peter Gregory Obi. Okay. Well, please put up the video so that everybody can see if they can see that. That is Peter Obi on the screen. Aisha Yusufu is there. Tanko Yunusa is there. What is again a young man? Randy Peter is also there. For those of you who hear me talk to Tanko Yunusa all the time, you can log in on our Facebook or YouTube, and then you will see for yourself who Tanko Yunusa actually is. The man on white hat and that is Tanko Yunusa. No, I'm talking about Aisha Yusufu is also on the screen, all being flanked by, as Peter Obi is speaking to a police officer now to make sure that nobody is affected. Because they have been accusing Peter Obi of not joining the protest. They have accused Peter Obi of not leading the protest for this, which is something that will benefit him more. And I think he has taken that to himself. The crowd is not much, but the crowd is increasing from the first time I saw it. And this time around, they are increasing. And now if they hear that Peter Obi is around, probably that place is going to be submerged. The NSC is also saying that they're going to protest if they Akpabio. So at the National Assembly, the gates are all locked and they are inside deliberating as we speak. So what will they come at now? Will they come out from that place and see these people here who are demanding electronic transmission of results? Are they going to step back and look at it? Please drop your comments on our Facebook or YouTube. If you are just joining us, this is Echo FM 100.7 here in the city of Owerri. So please hurry up and join us on Facebook or on YouTube and drop your comments. Let's see what your comments are, and then we will definitely read them out. Please, everybody, drop your comments and join us on Facebook. Let us read out your message. On YouTube, we have insecurity in my country. Nigeria can only be tracked by removing the incentives that make it profitable. Follow the money, track, expose, and prosecute those funding the insecurity. This is coming from Achonwa Raf from Alvan ICT. Thank you very much, Achonwa, for joining us on our YouTube channel. Please, everybody, you can go on our YouTube and watch the videos live feed from Abuja as they happen, and so we bring Katsi Echo FM live here, and of course our technical department. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Barry.
Welcome aboard. Name and submission.
Yes, indeed, calling you from Elumeke here in Emeko Bidezena.
All right, carry go.
Harry, let me go straight to point. You see, this governor of Benue State, that man is a political governor.
Oh,
He's not a priest. Let's go straight to point. Call a spade a spade. You see that of APC, removing direct sending result to the whole thing. My brother, that one is a fake. They just want to take Nigerians and then ring the election and then put the people they want in power. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Thank you very much. Please, let's put up the live feed from Abuja again. I think people are joining to watch. Let's see the live feed from Abuja once more. We have this message that came in on our WhatsApp. Let's take that after this call out a few minutes. Good morning.
Hello. Hello, Mr. Bade Cosmos.
Welcome aboard, Saya.
Okay, please, based on what is happening in your state, oh man, it is appalling.
All right.
It is appalling that a humanitarian that want to help the people, that want to do the work of the government, yes, they are billing him. They are billing him. We don't see that this government doesn't care for us. That is why you see Nnamdi Kanu having so many followers. Why Nnamdi Kanu is agitating for Biafra. You now see people are following because Kanu has made us to understand that there is no hope in this country. And every day, these politicians are trying to let us know that we can't survive here. They are taking the mandates of people. You can imagine what happened on our last election. I stopped voting the day Goodluck Jonathan lose his election. I say our vote doesn't count.
All right, thank you, my brother. Time is not afraid. You didn't tell us your name. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Otakago.
Apatago. Thank you very much.
There's something I wanted to tell you.
Quickly, no time.
This other thing, I'm also a humanitarian. I run at this over the prison section. I do go there as a mission. The same thing happening in your state is also happening here. You see, somebody will come willingly to help people that are being held there that are serving. You see, some person that claim that he's in charge will say, divide it, bring my own before you get to the prisoners. Yeah, it's not done anywhere. Nigeria is fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. It's too bad. It's too bad all what we're seeing now. Our time is up, so we'll be leaving now. But before we go, gracious morning, the Guru One, Barry Cosmos, please help me tell the President of the Senate that this is 21st century. Smaller countries use electronic voting system, and they got it right. Any person that is against the electronic voting system is an anti-democrat, and we must resist them with every lawful means available. Tell that governor that is using taxpayers' money to build cemetery for the victims of terrorism that God Almighty will certainly visit him. He should remember the biblical Nebuchadnezzar from Pastor Wisdom and CK from Abazimbiri. God bless Barry Cosmos and God bless Echo FM. Thank you all. That's our show for today. And tomorrow again, we'll continue with another mind-blowing story as we always do. Up next is the Slim Diva, the beautiful one, coming to give you health revolution. And I say, we don't give tension. Come cure them for them. Bye-bye.
Echo FM.